Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to be going through some games. This is my third crack at it. I keep muddling up. It's so hard to keep up to the level of games that are coming out. And obviously I've talked before about getting people helping me with the research side of it, but I am trying to pump these games out and get people to at least recognize where they are because there's so many that are coming that are launching in the next week even. And this is one of them, Wealth of Nations. I woke up this morning and it's, hey, Clash Barndo, the old Barndog, please review us. We are really looking forward for your opinion. So when I saw that, I thought, well, what was the Twitter? Went through down the bit of hole. So what I look at here, you get a bit of a brief. The picture's good. 10,000 NFT game items will be sold in October. So you go onto their Twitter. Only got 1,000 people, but they joined in June. 31 following. Wealthofnations.uk, obviously UK web frame. But I was just chatting to one of the guys, and he does sound Russian. It's got Russian in it, or you've yeah. I got a little bit lost with this game. It's super cool that they've got things open, so you can send them a message. A lot of these games are really happy to receive messages and get sort of chatter. So since I sent a message this afternoon to them, I've had a few replies and a friend list open up. But I want to get these videos out before I go to bed and do another one tomorrow night of some more games. There's so much coming out. But you see, the Junes, they've been around for a while. There's partnerships with Franked. Excuse me, whether it's a partnership more so, it's being launched on Franked. And I didn't realise Franked Art. I didn't realise they had a launch pad. I don't know a lot about Franked because I'm not a big NFT holder. I don't hold pretty much any NFTs that aren't games. But their website is really cool. It's worth having a look at their Discord. You can see a few answers here from Vedimir Fanov. That was cool, but there's nothing in fact. The announcements was interesting to read this top tweet introducing Wealth of Nations. So this was in like the end of September, a week before the end of September. Play to earn web-based game on the real economics of the Middle Ages period. The game has been worked on for over 8 years by an incredibly talented team and already has a playable alpha. Now these guys are actually saying they're going to be releasing full in 2022 March. They've got a date on that, full version of game. We'll get into a bit of that. Now I'm getting lost, but I want to go back to general. So actually started a little earlier as a hobby project of 2 developers. So that makes a bit of sense. Hobby project. In 2019, the first MVP server was launched with a low-scale community of 50 to 100 players, which was used as a test environment for our game mechanics. Now, when the unique game mechanics of genuine economics are done, we are ready to scale it to bring a much better UX, game design, UI, and meet the modern game standards. Right now, we have 2 core developers, 1 economics consultant and manager, and a team of 15 designers and 1 edge animations developer. I'm chewing me words tonight. It's rough as. But 5 days. 5 days they're going to do their poster launches. I haven't seen a price yet. About the project, it talks a little bit. It doesn't really give you any idea of the gameplay. It just talks about it being economics. I like the bit at the end. We've spent, years. Check out an economical aspect of the game in every possible environment just so that you could deliver the best realistic economic simulation. So it's based on this high economics. So I guess the 9 years would just be the actual study back into the Middle Ages. So you get to earn the currency ducat. That's an old coin that used to get used in the Middle Ages up to, I think, the 20th century. So really cool choice of name. That is super important. Trading with nations, allies, or enemies, growing your economy through monetary policies and other diplomatic blackmail, or even by simply mining gold if your land possesses ores. No mention of land purchasing in the game, but with the NFTs you might get land. So tokens and NFTs will be openly traded on exchanges and marketplaces. I haven't seen where it tells us they're going to do that. Our main driver is to reward players for their talent, wit, and efforts, unlike other game companies that evict or ban people. It's just general stuff there with that. Let's have a quick look here. Here we go. Real-time strategy with real economics laws applied and play-to-earn mechanics. You can actually register to play it. Real-time, RTS, hello. That makes a little bit more sense. Tokens and NFTs. There'll be a total supply of 15 billion ducats. Now, it's super important learning the numbers of it. A lot of games are going around that 10 billion marker. We plan to issue the Solana network by March 2022. 1 billion of those ducats will go as rewards and bonuses. So what's that? 1/15th is that 8%? Is that right? Is that my maths good there? NFT poster holders. So out of the game, you'll get coins for buying these early posters. Does it talk about the posters? Yes. 10,000 posters, 16 unique types will be presented in total. They will be divided into 4 levels of rarity. I've seen that a lot lately. 2 main in-game use cases. After the start of the game, each poster is redeemable for in-game currency, ducats which will already have market value by that time. So I don't know how it's going to have market value if. So obviously they must be implementing that after the game starts, so you might not be able to hand your poster in straight away. So it's kind of good because then you're not flooding the market with a whole heap of coins. Depending on the rarity of your poster, will depend on how many tokens you get. Each NFT poster will be redeemable for a surprise item, and depending on the poster's rarity, could be very powerful. We'll share more. While he's here, I'm sorry to make you guys watch this, but see if he gives me a response. So anywhere you click along there, it talks. So you can see the roadmap. It takes you back to 2019. So they've been working on the game for a couple of years, and then of course they've been studying the economy of back in the day for a long time. I like some of this artwork. I've been impressed with seeing some of this artwork. This is actually game pieces that make me interested. I wonder whether that ties into maybe you get a fishing boat stall or you get a small boat, but they've got guns and that, like what have we got? We'll scroll back to this one. They've got chests in a church. Never good to rob a church. Old mates writing things. So that's the standard rare posters. Epic posters. Some of these are pretty cool as well. You can see the ducats here. So you're getting 1 million ducats. Consensus, Faith, and Lord of Terror. Kind of reminds me of German. Lord of Terror. And there's your legendary poster. 7, almost 8 million ducats. So that's going to be a game-changing mechanic. So there's going to be one of those in the game. As to what it does, it's who knows. But what impressed me was I loaded this page up. So if you click on the MVP, game MVP, don't know what it stands for. Leave the music on. I don't know what it was. I clicked on that and I thought, looks cool. So you click on, no, it's registration. So this must be for the registration. I'm going to go and register for this. It does ask you to translate from Russian. So this is where I got the Russian idea, because I clicked on this by accident when I was doing my last video. Papua New Guinea, Siam, Africa. I want to deep dive this. I do want to deep dive this. I'm really happy they've reached out. But when you start having a look at this as well, the Frank tweet. So Launchpad News, we're thrilled to announce our new project, Wealth of Nations. Ever wanted to lead your own nation? Do it on Solana. So they're whitelisting. You've got to have something staked. I don't know whether you're staking NFTs, or I think there's a franked coin from the little bit of knowledge I know. But you've still got a day. So if you're seeing this video now, then you can get in there. You go and have a look at Franked. They've got 26k followers. They're not small. They're one of the first NFTs, I believe, to actually have staking capabilities and earn their coin, which was the FRKT. So I don't know how the tokenomics work in that. This is why I'm getting a team together at Grape of people that have got time to manage to have a look through these. This game's launching in 4 or 5 days. So I'm super impressed early. I'd love to do a deep dive. I'd like to be able to put it out to the crowd before the game launches, but I don't know on my own time. So for that does look awesome. Let's get into the next one. So many games. First game I'm going to be looking at is Shell Racers. These guys launched. They did 4,321 turtles. It's going to be a Mario Kart style game on computer first. So the normal generics, they've been in since September. They've got up to 9,000 followers. They are following people, so it's really cool. And you see some of their artwork. They've got a lot of their turtles. I don't mind them. They don't look too bad. I've played a shitload of Mario Kart in the days. So I love me some Mario Kart. I think these guys will have a little bit of competition because there's 3 or 4 Mario style games I'm seeing, go-kart racing games that I've just got info on. See, very basic start, but you've got to start games from somewhere. I don't mind it. Like, seeing that little trailer to it is nice. They are talking about doing a floor sweep soon. Let's go and have a quick look at their Discord. I'm going to try to get myself into more of a habit of doing games in a specific order. Bear with me because I struggle with keeping set orders. I'm a bit frazzled. So, all Shell Racer eyes are on this. First of all, we would like to apologise for the long wait. So, they must have had a bit of delay. 14th. No, it's not that far. Here's a sneak peek at the game menu. They did a, what do you call it? They launched the carts. It was a 1-for-1 launch. So now on Magic Eden, I believe they're on, you can go and buy the carts or the racer. How that's going to affect the game, I'm not too sure. But number 1 racing game, well, it's easy to be number 1 when you're the only one. But I think there'll be a lot of competition for it. And it's really cool. They launched at half a Solana. So not a micro, but you know, half a Solana is a really cool, cheap buy-in price. They've only done the 4,000 just over. 60 NFTs. They've got a bit of a roadmap. I didn't really go through this, but you've got the beta release, the garage, daily scheduled races. I think it was on the game, the information I read through, the more rare your turtle, the more races you can do without having a cooldown or swapping parts or anything like that. So I don't know whether you can use a turtle with a cart and then swap out the turtle and the cart still running, or how that kind of works. But aiming to release their own marketplace, trying to get the full release, but there's no dates. Ranked mode with soul staking. Even more fun with high stakes competition and leaderboards where you'll have a chance to prove your skills and become the top shell racer and even earn soul through high stake matches with entry cost. Good concept. I like it. I do. I didn't really go through here. There is an attributes page. I did look at this, I think. So it goes through. The whole rarity side of things doesn't stress me out too much. If you watch many of my videos, you're going to see I don't go right down the rarities. I'm looking at it more from a gaming perspective. I want to be able to see, is the game going to be produced, when it's going to be produced, what's the team, how many in the team, all those kinds of things. And these guys, I don't know whether they're doxed or not. They do have some names down the bottom. So, you know, Moonman, Thunderhawk, Incandescent, Chinaplate, and Dinox. I'm not familiar with any of those names, but you can see they're on Digital Eyes here. I did open up Magic Eden as well, so you've got 0.44, 0.39. That's a bit of a common thing, seeing things coming in at under their mint cost. And they're talking about sweeping the floor. I don't know, sweeping the floor. It's always going to be one of those things. The way with the bots coming in, buying up a shitload of these, that they're just looking for the rares and the epics, and they're going to flog things off cheap. That's just the way of flipping NFTs at the moment, and things we need to fix, that we definitely need to fix. So all in all, I know I've missed information for these guys. No, I've talked about that. It's going to be PC first, so I don't know whether it's WebGL or how they're producing it, but PC first, then it's going to go into mobile. It's going to be their second name. I think it looks a potential one to maybe get in and have a look. If you're looking for a bit of a fun game, racing styles, you like your Mario Karts, then I think it may be a good look. Now let's have a look at the next one, who's going to be Soliseum. I've got to go and talk to old mate at the end. What is Soliseum? A PvE, PvP gaming project using NFT powered by Solana and Serum. So these guys are minting tomorrow, 18th of October. I think it's 7 p.m, but I've got information that's saying two different things. It says 7 p.m. on one, 9 p.m. on another. It also says they're minting 2K here. I believe it says it in this article. But then in another one it says they're minting 10,000. So I would assume they're minting at 10,000. 2 Solana. That sounds high, but they've got 21k on their server stats. And let's go and have a bit of a, where are we? Price of minting, benefits of public minting, normal stuff. You get to go in the betas. Release first on computer. No, you'll need to install an app on your computer. So it's going to be decent graphics, they're kind of saying. Where is the white paper coming soon? Yes, if you click on it, it does nothing. So, Soliseum. Did I? Yes, it talks about the game a little bit. I'll go through that. Now, let's see here. Minting October 8th. I kind of like the graphics. It's competitive with some of the decent graphics that are out there. They are kind of basic if you think about it, but they look good. So to me, they'd be pretty cool. That's a white paper. We'll go through now some of this. What have we got here? That was one of their contests. They've got a bit out. Their team, they've got names for their team. I've got that opened up. Introducing Soliseum. RPG game based on the play-to-earn mechanism. We are convinced that PTE is the future of gaming and could be one more path to the global adoption of blockchains and cryptocurrencies. So it's the normal chatter there when it says it, and everyone's sort of saying play to earn, but you're not necessarily going to be earning money in these games. There might be some kind of PvP competition, but you can't base your sole consensus on, do I want to buy into this game? Do I want to spend, Solana's up at the moment, so do I want to spend $340 on buying a chest which gets, I think, 1 character and 1 weapon, I believe, possibly, question mark. Cassis. This is the solo game. Based on the core of the Roman Empire, Rome. Every new player will be allowed to move around different places of Rome, like the tavern, the Rome bath, the shops, the forge, the sewers, and of course the arena. Every place of Rome offers several opportunities for the player to win experience, gold, items, and reputation, fulfill quests, talk to NPCs, and defeat opponents in order to advance in the plot. Every character or item found, one in the game, will be earned as an NFT in your wallet. The NFTs will be used by the player to get stronger or richer by selling them on the Soliseum marketplace. They do plan on doing their own. Furthermore, every time you complete a quest, you'll gain gold, a currency that will be on Hearth on Soliseum economy. Gold will be used to buy items, weapons, characters from other players. So whether that gold's going to be their game coin or not, we don't know. Or used to get some rest and other abilities in the Roman bath. I heard you'll also be able to use the gold in Rome sewers, but it's a mystery, so can you buy things on the black market? Gold will then be used by players to earn a Soliseum token, created with the liquidity from the first Soliseum chest minting. We will be backing our in-game gold, granting a lot of durable player to earn experience, and the first phases of the game. So, chest minting, this is good. With Soliseum, we are starting from zero like many other NFT gamified projects. We are launching an initial NFT chest minting, ICM. On October the 18th, the chest will be 2 Solana. 10,000 chests will be available. Every chest will contain at least 1 random character and 1 random weapon. Very good. So we know that. Now the character is required to play Soliseum game, but a weapon isn't. Every chest will have its own rarity, and this rarity will strongly influence its content. With the legendary chest be more valuable than its content, this will be your choice. You'll find details on the social mediums. So that was good. I like seeing that. That doesn't look anything hardcore. I believe this is going to be turn-based. It's got a very Nasus feel to it with a dog. Players will challenge each other player with the powerful characters. There will be 2 modes. Non-ranked mode to train to PvP. A ranked mode in which every player gains victory points and climbs up the ladder. Fight only against players with the same strength as yours. The ranked mode will come along with the leaderboard and will be updated every 24 hours. Right, territory. You'll be able to buy your own land. Alright, Soliseum Marketplace. I didn't get a chance to read that because I didn't see it. I'm aping into the research on some of these. You've got to really make the research there and pop. I don't mind the starting look of this game. I don't mind the website's a bit basic, but some of the pictures look good, the graphics look good. 2 Solana worries me that might outprice people. So 10,000. They're going to have players, RPG game in which players will evolve in a rich and fascinating universe. You're not a free man. So it talks about this, does the chest, but this is where, you see it's got numbers for 2,000. 1800, 180, and 20. So it gives you a bit of a rough idea on what the rarity is going to be, mythic, rare, and that. I don't know how these become relevant. I just think these are some of the items and characters in the game. And like I said, they don't look bad. They look alright. They do look cool. The team, Sparrow, Scully, Spartacus, and Faker. I've heard none of these guys, and obviously you think Faker, you think League of Legends, but marketing expert Faker will use his very profitable contact list to make sure everyone hears about Soliseum. I heard about it today. So I think some of these advertising needs a little bit more work. They need to get into the community more. So my early thoughts on that. Is there any more there? Nope. My early thoughts on that is could be okay. I'd like to know more information. Would I deep dive it? Probably not. But I will mark them down to see what their things are. I think 2 Solana's high. Now, Soldiers is funny. I don't understand how Soldiers works. I tried jumping on the Discord. I'll link it to show people. I tried jumping on the Discord. Nope. Stay there. Solarmy. So I've heard of them before, but I click on this and it won't let me in, and then it says face any issues, tag Peacekeepers, but you can't tag them because you can't write in there. So I just wasn't going to spend any more time on it. But it actually does look alright. They've done a lot of tweets, 2,000 tweets, joined in August, so a little bit before other people, followed by a lot of people on Solana. So they're obviously a big thing on Solana. This is, these are the ape kind of explanations and trying to have a look and seeing some of this information. There's a lot of artwork. They launched, it was $4,999 of 2D and 3D models. I don't know whether you bought one. I don't think you got one. They launched on Radium. Oh, sorry, I don't think you got 2. They launched on Radium. And even that, I didn't know. I had to research that. So I don't know how I missed it. They're talking about doing, or they have a Solarmy DAO, and then they're going to be rewarding their DAO members with future tokens, future NFTs. This is what a few NFT projects are doing. There's mention of it going towards a comic with the 2D Solarmies. So they must be on these 4 platforms. Have I got a... They must be on those 2 platforms. See how the old dog shit internet speed goes. We'll load them up. So we see here, what is a soldier? Soldiers are the protectors and promoters of the Solana ecosystem. So they've got the variations. So you've got the 2Ds and the 3Ds. It's not terrible. I like what I've seen. It's a pity I didn't get to deep dive. And in effect, they've got interchangeable parts. There's a couple of other ones I've seen lately that are doing this as well with the interchangeable parts. But 6 parts with 4 rarities. So there's going to be, I wouldn't know the numbers on working that out, but I'd probably like to do more. And I have got the video loaded up to be able to Solarmy. Are they under 3D soldiers? What the fuck? It's funny how did that say 600 just then? No, 0.9, 1.18. I think they launched for 2 Solana each. So probably should have had that load up. This was pretty cool. You see that soldiers are rewarded with airdrops of tokens and NFTs and projects that the Solarmy has partnered with. Based on the rank, soldiers are rewarded with airdrops of tokens and NFTs that the Solarmy has partnered with. So the higher the rank of the rarity of your soldier must be, the more shit you get. Like, it impresses me to see that. That's a well-produced video. So I got to that and I thought that's enough for me to present it, and I'll put it in the. I need to research more. Hopefully, people watching this are kind of looking and going, Barndog, you need to look at that a bit more. So this next one is going to be SolFighters, second last one, 10,000. They launched at 1 Solana each. So this is again the questions of it was either 1 or 1.25. And then that was the pre-sale, and then the main sale launched for 1.25 or 1.5. I don't know. The information's a bit out there. They were going to have 4.3% royalties for secondary sales, and it's going to be a Street Fighter / Tekken kind of thing. So they've said they're going to be launching 10 models or figures they're going to be sending off. You can see 65 tweets joined in September. Shitloads of followers, but very few following. So they're not really getting out and about in the community that much. The graphics of the website, but we'll come back to that. I keep saying I want to do these in a bit better order. So I think they had a whole shitload of members. Yeah, 14,000. The chat does get a bit, but you've got 14,000 people. That'll just be people shelling out. But they have minted, remember. Keep in mind they've minted. So, what is SolFighters? NFT brand housed on the Solana blockchain, which is inspired by the Street Fighter Tekken video games collection of 10,000 SolFighter collectibles, which will be used as in-game assets for our fighting game. And they say they're play to earn. It's a very big set of words to use. Will this have utility? Yes, there's planned to release play to earn fighting games similar to Street Fighter Tekken. I don't like seeing that. I really don't. 10,000 generative NFTs, and this is where it says that the price there. 130 traits, which all have different rarities. The collection will open its doors, and the full website will be launched a week before. I think they said they're planning on going on to Soliseum Digital Eyes to see your collection. Phantom Collectible tab. It's talking about your wallets. Let's have a quick flick through this. So what did I say they listed at? 1 Solana. That's a cheap. That's that's showing 10,000 1 Solana. That's a good start. Now this is a bit of the rarities. I like this. This to me appeals to me more as a gamer, and seeing this kind of a setup. Like they've got different sort of rarities. 60% are going to be humans. Then you've got the cyborgs. So that's 90%. Then you start getting into the mutants, the aliens, and then the legendary. So population 5 out of 10,000. So I like the wheel. I like some of the graphics for it. The roadmap is based on talking about sales of their 10,000, but they have sold out. So I don't know whether that's going to come from royalties. They need a certain amount of sales of their royalties, because I did go on a Magic Eden and it didn't come up. So I got a bit lost there. It's not something that I wanted to deep dive, so I've kind of stopped looking. But I think it warrants a little bit more information, because the fact that it's 1 Solana, and this is where I keep going back to. I need more people to help me. The teams, Falcon Punch, Skull Faceth, Uncertified Lover Boy, and Revolving Core. Fun names and all, but I don't know that they're doxed or not. What are SolFighters? It talks about that. Will it have utility? It's all the very basic stuff. I've got so many games to go through, and I see that and I think, well, it's not really information that's all straight out there. The last one I'm going to talk about is Scallop. Now, Scallop isn't a game that I class a game. I didn't review these guys because I simply thought it's more of a simulation. It's going to be a staking game. You stake your Solana, you earn your stake on Solana, and then a chance that you're going to earn some in-game NFTs. And it's going to simulate. It's going to have a fish tank, and you load up your website and you can have a look at your fish tank, but that's not ready yet. Now, it was interesting looking a little bit deeper into these guys. 270 tweets, joined in April. They've been around. They do a lot of tweets. They're in the community. They're following people. They actually have an ignition application, and I didn't know that. So any staker of Solana is helping to make us a decentralized platform. So it's a good thing for Solana. I didn't want to shit can them. I didn't understand the actual fact of it being a game, because I don't think it's going to be a game. It's going to be more of a, you can do something with it. But their NFTs They were giving out seagrass, I think it was, for people that voted for them on Ignition. And they'll eventually do coins. You'd have to imagine that you're going to be able to stake their items for game coins or some kind of percentages or fees, similar to what Orca's doing with their NFTs. I did like how they've talked about the roadmap. They set out goals that were not really achievable. They've mentioned that. We believe at the same time we did overestimate our speed in some parts. I like teams saying that. All games want to be out. They all want to do stuff, but like shit takes time, and there's just so many people looking for developers and stuff like that. There's all these games that are just pumping out. But good luck to them if they watch this in the Ignition. I've talked to a few teams now that are in the Ignition, and it's such an amazing charged atmosphere. Just being a part of it is good for the team, is good for the projects, and I hope to see a little bit more about these guys. Maybe I've got one of my best mates is a diver for coral, and he works in catching the fish side of it as well. And in the Great Barrier Reef and stuff, it's pretty cool, amazing chance. I've been out. I've done one trip out at sea. That was the only time I've ever done deep water diving off a hooker. So that's just the line that comes out the back, and you're underwater. So I can definitely see why something like this would work. I think the returns were meant to be okay. But yeah, I don't know enough to be able to give a comment on it. It's good. They are a part of the community, so I like that. As you can see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on my list of things to have a look at. And this is tonight only doing 6. This is going to be a longer video than I anticipated. But I'm trying to get the information out there quick enough. And as always, guys, I do hope you've enjoyed. And thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.